Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to LadyGang Quickie. I'm Becca here with Jack and Kelty, and we're back for part 2 of something that was quite enjoyable.
I was just loving it.
I know. This is a great idea.
Lane.
Yes, Kelty, I love it.
You do?
Yes.
Good job. I mean, granted, it is a visual show, and we have a podcast, but this will force these bitches to go look on YouTube.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
also, here's the thing, is that people really loved our Get Ready With Me podcast.
That is so weird.
They loved it because we were just like talking and doing our thing. So I'm not mad at all about this. And we're doing a really good job of describing like what we're seeing.
Yes, yes, yes.
So I think we're happy campers. All right. So if you didn't
We're on the LadyGang Eras tour.
yeah.
We're on the LadyGang Eras tour. If you didn't listen to part 1 last week, please go back and listen to part 1. But this is part 2. And so what I've done is I've gone through my personal photos and I found pictures from every one of our eras. We're looking back at them, telling stories about them, naming the era.
Okay.
So we are starting in 2018. This is a photo. I literally am not sure I know who this person is. This is a photo from my garage.
Okay, so
The floor to wall ceiling is filled with lady boxes. In this photo is my dad, my mom, Jack, Becca, me, Orly, Elena, Zach, Afton, Victoria Garrick, who was an intern at Entertainment Tonight at the time,
Jordan,
and I think that's Jordan's friend. I have no idea who that is.
Was it Jordan's friend or was it
Victoria's
friend? I'm not sure. Anyway, some defining things. Orly's there. This is, when I think of small business Lady Gang, I think of this photo. We had so many lady boxes to sell. I mean, it was thousands of lady boxes, which was so exciting.
Yeah, it was amazing.
And we had no warehouse. And so every single thing that got put in a lady box got delivered to my garage. And then on a Saturday, everyone came over and we made a giant chain and we packed every single lady box, taped every lady box. My dad's hands, you probably can't tell here, he's wearing gloves right now. His hands were so cut up with
the cardboard of
from
the box.
cardboard of the boxes. It was crazy.
I have a story about this, but it wasn't from this day. It was from the day that we were packing all of these boxes.
Yeah.
Because it was the day before I went to Warped Tour to go see Jared. And I remember it was like after he had texted me about it that I was like planning to go see him.
I remember, and we were like, don't go.
Yeah, because my mom was there when we were packing the boxes, and I remember telling my mom about it while we were there, and I was like, remember Jared from like back in the day? Like, I'm gonna go to Warped Tour to see him. And she was like, oh yeah. She's like, oh, you and him like had a thing, like blah, 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 blah. But it was like in between, like the Lady Box day was the day before I went to Warped Tour. So I guess that's my
What year was that?
2018. Wow. So last day of being single era.
Wow.
Crazy.
Okay, this is a very cute picture. We're in New York City. What era is this?
Oh.
I don't remember why we were in New York City. Oh, I do. We spoke at the conference, women's conference.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is
a very
Wasn't
unmatching era for us.
No, it's still good, I think. Kind of vibey.
Were we on LadyGang TV at this point?
Maybe.
I just know that this is why we can't have low-rise pants come back.
Because of yours?
Because I'm wearing a white bodysuit and a white pant. Very, very ballsy move.
Well, a bodysuit with anything that's not high-waisted is
not
it hits you
tricky.
at the wrong spot.
Yeah, it's tricky.
So I didn't realize this. But we look cute. We're in New York. I just remember we're at the London Hotel and taking cute pictures and
Yeah.
it was a vibe.
I don't remember much from that trip.
Oh, we were. Okay, here. Describe this, Jack.
Oh, God. This is the beginning of a very stressful time in my life. We were officially filming LadyGang TV, and we were doing the LadyGang tours, we did like a Hollywood tour where we're in one of those little vans talking about different landmarks, but there are different landmarks in our lives.
Yeah.
That's all I
It was
remember
a segment
from that.
for the show, like an unscripted segment.
Yeah.
That was so weird. All I remember is you pointing out like the club where Pete Wentz and Ashley Simpson
Punched you.
or pushed.
Yeah.
What did she push you?
She like almost tried to fight me.
Oh yeah. And you like point out the club that
That's
happened.
the only
in.
thing I remember from that day too.
Really?
No, and then we ran into Corinne from The Bachelor, remember?
Yes.
Like driving on the street.
Yes. And we're like, yes, we have a celebrity on LadyGang TV.
God, that was so weird.
Bizarre.
Okay. Ooh, this is one of my favorite days. Becca, drop it like it's hot. What are we looking at?
We are at the People's Choice Awards.
Yep.
And the three of us are cohesive in Barbie core. We were really ahead of our times.
Always.
We're Barbie core.
And the cast of LadyGang TV, we were nominated for Best Podcast, but we also had our show on the network at the time. So we thought that since we had a show on the network at the time,
They were going to let us win.
we would obviously win. We didn't win.
No.
But it didn't matter because that portion wasn't televised. And yeah.
Didn't Scrubbing In win?
Scrubbing In won.
Yeah.
Very well deserved.
Yeah, we love them.
We sat at the table with them, and we sat at the table with
Fran and Rhea
Fran
from
and
Chicks in
Rhea.
the Office.
Yeah.
We met everybody.
it was a fun day.
Yeah, that was really cute. But we had to film LadyGang TV early the next morning, so we couldn't even
Go out and party.
go out.
I just remember, this is a crazy story that I've never told before. Not that it's that crazy, but I remember sitting at our table for this, and Juliana Rancic walked in, and she had this silver dress on, and she looked so like cool. Like it was like one of those dresses like you couldn't buy at a store. It's like clearly it was something. And I was like, one day I'm going to be as well dressed as her when I do TV stuff. Because I was working at ET at the time. And now I am.
Now I am.
Yeah, bitch.
Okay.
You know, she lives in my neighborhood.
She does?
Really?
In Austin?
In
I thought they
Austin.
lived in Chicago.
They have a place. I think they're full-time Austin and just go to Chicago occasionally.
You should be friends with her and ask her if I can borrow that dress. Okay. Here is Becca.
Oh.
Jack described this photo.
Wow, I love your hair in this photo, Becca.
Thank you.
It is a screen grab from LadyGang TV, and it says Becca. We're doing something for The Bachelor. It was like a Bachelor ripoff, and it says Becca Tobin, 33, professional intercourser. But your hair is amazing.
It was like a Carrie Bradshaw,
Yeah.
Sex in the City curly days.
I want that on my head now.
It was a good one. Clayton crushed our hair on that show.
Obviously.
So
I mean,
good. I'm going to say this is the retro feet sparkly dress era.
Yes.
Yes.
This was so exciting because you got this dress, but like this was the start of 3 years, and people are still wearing them.
Yeah.
Of like everyone wearing. It is what the DVF wrap dress did for millennials.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
It's
so
a wrap
true.
dress. It looks
It
good
had
on everybody.
a chokehold on us.
Yeah, it had a big sleeve and a tie around the waist, a mini.
It did look good on
That
everybody.
was the time that I was going and doing Palm Springs Hallmark movie
Yes.
and coming back for LadyGang TV.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
What a time. I have a question for you, and I want to be positive because this is positive, and like looking back, it's always like better. Like, you know, it's not as stressful as it was. Do you think that we would have had a better show or like a better time doing the show if we just hadn't all been so busy at that point in our lives?
1,000%.
I wasn't that busy.
Remember but no, it's
I didn't
'cause
have
of
anything else going on.
But we were still podcasting.
Well, yeah.
But it's also like the schedule we had to have at 5 a.m. was because of other job. Was it
Because
because
I
it
worked at ET.
ET?
It was because of me.
Yeah.
I still
You owe
wouldn't-
us forever.
No,
Just kidding.
Would
I
never
just
do it
wonder.
again.
No, I know, but like, I just like looking
Well-
back. I'm like, it was a really good idea. I was actually on a conference call with someone who worked on it at NBC the other day, and we were like discussing, and it's like it really was ahead of its time, and it was such a good idea. I feel like I wasn't. I mean, I was a mess during that whole time, but like, I wasn't even really thoughtful about. I was thoughtful about the wrong things.
Yeah.
Like now that I've been an executive producer on another show and done it differently, I feel like I wish I could go back to LadyGang TV and like focus on other things. Like I got so focused on like the wallpaper that I hated when really I should have been focused on the content, you know?
We also we didn't have the right combination of people working on the show.
Yeah.
There were like 2 high level positions where it was not the most like harmonious.
Yeah.
For no one's fault.
Right.
But it was a bad fit.
Yeah.
And we were in the middle.
Yeah, it was hard.
And on top of that, the network that had anxiety because they were not doing so well at the time.
Right.
And like they thought that we would like come in and save them, which no one should ever think the Lady King could do that for them.
No.
But yeah, I think it was like the perfect storm of like a lot of really tough things to deal with.
But we did it.
Good riddance.
And then we did this. This is a photo of me and Becca in leopard onesies.
So rude.
Now, we did an opening number dance on one of our tours, and Jack was like refused to dance, but she came out and did like 3 claps at the end, which I loved her for.
Yeah.
But what I think is so funny is that the difference between 2019 Becca and 2023 Mother Becca is your affinity to do shit that you do not want to do. I
gone.
cannot talk you into
it's
it.
gone. Look
Well,
at that.
no,
I want
I
to look at
didn't-
your heels.
But here's the thing. I didn't not want to do that. Do you know what I mean? You didn't have to talk me into the opening dance.
It was
It
fun.
was our idea.
It was fun.
Yeah. No, it was definitely a joint
I think
idea.
I've always been hard to talk into things. It's just that I happen to actually enjoy maybe more things.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just like I do I mean, we're nuts because I was talking.
Yeah, you guys are nuts.
Yeah, because I was talking.
I was like, this.
No, because
it really made a splash, though. It did the job.
It really did.
This. And here's the thing: I was talking to a friend of mine who works with a podcast, and they were talking about, their podcast is going to go on tour. And I was like, well, what are you going to do? Like, it's pretty big budget tour. I was like, what are you going to do? Like, you could do confetti cannons and you could do all the screen content.
Nothing.
And they're like, we're thinking we're going to like do Michelle Obama, like just like 2 chairs and a rug. And I was like, oh no. And like, I just love that we were like, because we
gave them a show.
gave it our all.
And we were one of the first podcasts that toured. And so it was like, there were other ones obviously, but like we set the bar of like what a maniac podcast, like Stassi, like she was touring and she had like that crazy throne she sat in. Like we made it so that like don't show up and just do a podcast. Like you got to make it
unless you're smartless,
unless you're cool and have a huge podcast.
Unless you don't
audience.
need to have all the bells and whistles. To
I'm
make it look
watching
good.
their show on Max right now,
Yeah.
the Smartless docu-series, whatever, and I'm like, God, what a dream. Like they just sell out massive venues.
Massive.
They don't even have to really do anything other than just sit on a couch, a comfy couch.
Dude, but when Bradley Cooper, there's like this one clip of Bradley Cooper talking about the hair.
Yes.
And he's like, you look so feral. And I was like, oh, that's what Bradley Cooper's like at a dinner party. It was very interesting because you never see him like just being normal. Okay. This era. Becca, please describe what you're seeing. Or actually, Jack, you describe because you're closer.
So this is when we played at the Regent Theater in LA, and it is the Katie Knightley era. It is when they misspelled Kelty's name so badly on the marquee. It says the Lady Gang Lady Hang with Katie Knightley, Jack Vanek, and Becca Tobin. Iconic.
It was a great day.
I loved it. That really set the tone for the day.
It was the peak Kelty wanting fame era too. So like,
and I think it's our first marquee.
I think it was.
Yeah, and I was so excited. And then they changed it, which they shouldn't have. But people still call me Kelty Knightley.
Katie Knightley.
Yeah.
Katie Knightley.
Okay, I'm calling this picture. This is a picture from that tour. I'm calling this the broken bone era. So this is like right after my arm was broken, then I broke my foot.
Yeah.
And also this is a very important era in Lady Gang history because this was, oh shit.
When we hired Brand like that.
We had Brand like that come out and they actually like made us a cute oh God. Oh my God. Sorry. But what I was going to say about this is this was also the leopard skirt era. So this is the first day of this tour. Becca wore a leopard skirt on the tour. And then I copied her and everyone else copied her. And everyone showed up to this tour wearing the same leopard midi skirt.
Yeah.
You know what is so funny is I was just going through my closet and this suit that I'm wearing, it's like a bluish.
Yeah,
it's
like a red
cute.
pinstripe
with
on
like
it.
a pinstripe. I don't know, like a velvet,
You bought
whatever.
that?
Yeah, I bought it. I forget where or when. I think at that store Milk in Brentwood.
Oh
yeah.
And I cannot get rid of it. And I don't know why. Like I have no trouble getting rid of anything, but for some reason that is something that I'm having trouble getting rid of. I don't have a clue.
That's so funny. And you've probably never worn it again.
Never, not once.
I'll say this is when Lady Gang merch got good. This is like, no. This was the first time we had you do it.
Yeah. I mean, I did it the whole time, but yeah.
No. This sweatshirt had just come out. We only had one item. This is when we did the first thing where you were like, no. I'm going to like go in and really do a merch line.
Yeah, we needed to drop.
And it was awesome.
Yeah, that's a cute picture.
Okay. This era.
Oh my God. This is Tom's 1 hour photo era. This is when we came out with another lady box and I had just done a Tom's 1 hour photo shoot. And I was like, you guys,
We got to do it.
we got to do it. And it was amazing. We went into his little photo studio in Koreatown, took all the photos for the lady box. We're all dressed up in white feathery outfits. Christmas time. With a little candy cane behind us.
Didn't he say something to Kelty like, smile? And then she smiled and he was like, no, never mind. Or something. It was like something so offensive that happened.
Yes.
And
it was everything.
Incredible.
It was
my God,
everything.
I love
Okay.
it.
This era, one of my best hair days I've ever had, but this is the Act Like a Lady era.
Oh, yeah.
This
That's
is
a bad hair day for me, but yeah.
This is right before COVID. We were in New York City. The publisher threw us a little party with press and stuff. They printed out the book cover super big. We decided we were all going to wear red. This is also the beginning of me copying you wearing the white boot.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And literally 2 days later, the world shut down.
Yep.
This was our trip to New York, and everything else got canceled after that.
Well, I remember going to, I think we went to a meeting with the publisher, and the girl that we were going to meet with
Had a mask.
she was getting spooked, and we were
Yeah.
like, no, it's fine, it's whatever.
Yeah.
And then we also did that TikTok about washing your hands.
Yes,
Remember
which
that?
did not age well.
No, it did not age well.
I love this dress. If you ever sell this dress, I'll buy it off
Yeah,
you.
that is-
I sold it already.
I love the red with the blue.
It was expensive too. I looked it up. Okay, this is my favorite era. So not my favorite. This is my backyard. We had a deal with Chinette, who's an amazing brand.
I forgot about this.
And this is the doing too much era. So we made a deal with them, and we threw like a backyard barbecue, and we got cookies made, and we I cricketed everything for the party, and then we gave them the content, and they were like, we don't want it.
They're like, this is fugly.
We're like, we're never gonna post this. No,
it
it's
was
fine.
kind of fugly. I'm not
They're
gonna
like,
lie.
we don't have to.
In our defense, though, it was like still very much the COVID era. And
Yeah.
they were like pushing us to have a party.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And we were like,
And I think somebody got COVID right before the
Alex.
party.
Alex did.
And we're like, this is why we didn't want to have a party.
Yes. And so anyway, that's okay. Paper plates are not our vibe. This era is a big era for me. This is the giving back era.
Oh, I love that era.
Yeah, that was a fun era and a fun photo shoot.
Explain the photo shoot.
So we did a collaboration with Salt, the menstrual cups, and for every piece of LadyGang merch that we sold,
donated one.
We donated one to Women in Need.
Yeah.
And it was just a really cute photo shoot. We had all the Salt cups all around us, and it was adorable.
Okay. This era, I'm calling the velvet dress era. We're
my-
almost getting to present day.
We're almost.
Where are we?
Where
Are we in
were-
Austin?
Yes.
We're in Austin.
That was
Yeah.
Austin.
Yes. Was that the
The lady
like
hanging
when
Austin.
the world opened up a
Yes.
little bit?
Yes.
We had the event, and then I found out I had COVID the next
Yeah.
day.
Yes.
That was so awkward.
Yes. And it's their first time doing a press on nail too. I remember that.
Yeah, we're all wearing
Yes,
the LadyGang
yes.
merch, our velvet dress merch, because I'm wearing the green one over
Yeah.
there. And then Becca, I think, was wearing one of the,
The
sweater
black sweater
dresses.
dress.
I was so drunk.
Obviously.
Yeah, you were. That was a weird one because it was also like you and Chris were in a weird place, and I think that was
We're
the
talking
show
about
that
it.
you really went ham on it.
Yeah. Oops. That's so fun. I had some other photos of like the sparkly boots from tour and us losing the Webby Award, but I feel like that's too
recent.
It's too recent.
Yeah, you
we'll
can't
come
reminisce.
back. We'll come back. Anyway, we weren't here for a long time.
We were here for a good time.